Hello everyone and welcome back to Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, and our featured matchup for the day brings us to the map Winter Meltdown. And spawning down in the bottom left corner as the red black hand, we have Cyberstorm. And then sliding on up to the right hand corner, his challenger for today, spawning as the green black hand, we have AggressivePanda. So that's right, Cyberstorm versus AggressivePanda here on Winter Meltdown. Blackhand mirror matchup, something that I haven't seen on my channel, I believe, for about a year outside of tournament games, maybe. And even in tournament games, you don't see it all that often. It used to be rampant when I first started casting about, I want to say it was almost 2 years ago now, as we did see the meta really heavily favoring Blackhand, and the double War Factory all-in was a very, very prominent thing. So I don't know, maybe we'll see that coming out from these guys. They both did select their faction, so there's no mystery for either one of these players to be seeing that, and we did actually just see, as I panned away at a very inopportune time, AggressivePanda actually grabbing himself a nice scout in the garrison there, and he manages to kill off the majority of that scout from Cyberstorm. And actually, Cyberstorm might lose the remainder of his scout to the Tiberium field. That's actually a big loss, surprisingly enough, because that's really his scouting for the moment. It's actually going to force out a Raider buggy here from Cyberstorm. More than likely was intending to queue that anyways, as you don't really want to allow Blackhand players to go unscouted, even if you are Blackhand yourself. AggressivePanda, on the other hand, he seems to be comfortable getting out that second Harvester before going for his Raider buggy here, and that's going to be coming out considerably later, as we can see Cyberstorm is going to be passing by him now. So Cyberstorm, he's going to get full vision of this base, no problem whatsoever. He's actually going to see the second refinery coming down from AggressivePanda. It's actually going to be a second refinery here for Cyberstorm as well. So surprisingly enough, despite both players going Blackhand, neither one going to be opening up extremely aggressive. So no double War Factory, no Flame Rush, at least not right off the hop. And a second power plant comes down there for Cyberstorm. One bike does come out. It looks like it has been spotted by AggressivePanda. He's actually going to continue to try to get some scouting information. No, he's going to try to cut away now. Maybe a little bit too late, though. He may not be able to save that Raider buggy. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to keep that alive. But more than likely, we're going to be seeing bike buggy on the cards for both of these players. Actually, AggressivePanda's already packed up and gone for the expand. He's redeployed his MCV. He's already got another building queued. Not sure if that's a power plant or what have you. Actually, no, it is going to be a Hand of Nod. So realizing that he is a bit behind in terms of the bike buggy game, doesn't want to necessarily allow Cyberstorm some free opportunities to get these shots on his harvesters. And meanwhile, Cyberstorm, he's going to be moving into the expansion of AggressivePanda. And Panda, he's got vision of this. I mean, his MCV has definitely spotted it, and it looks like Cyberstorm is harvester hunting, but he's not going to be able to catch anything down there at the moment. Second War Factory comes down for Cyberstorm as well. Third power plant in the meantime. And it's more than likely just going to be double War Factory bike buggy. Not terribly surprising, kind of telegraphed that one by opening up with a little bit of bike buggy here in the early game. But those rocket squads coming out from AggressivePanda should be able to hold the line for him pretty easily. I mean, it would have to be some pretty amazing kiting coming out from Cyberstorm to really make that pay off. But meanwhile, Cyberstorm, he's delayed this expansion here from AggressivePanda, and that may just pay for itself here. Forces a second Hand of Nod drop, and it looks like actually the Secret Shrine did come down. The Black Disciples were upgraded for AggressivePanda, so he's got a bit of an advantage here in the early game as far as infantry goes. And even if Cyberstorm manages to grab that garrison, he's going to die instantly anyways. And actually, did we have a Black Hand squad? It looks like there was a Black Hand. No, that's a Confessor Cabal squad. Thought for a second that it was a Black Hand squad. But now these bikes from Cyberstorm pretty much useless, as he can't really get in and do any harvester harassing. No blue Tiberium to really contend over in the early game here, or in the late game for that matter, as there's no blue Tiberium on this map. But we do see the tier 2 coming down for Cyberstorm. That's going to come down right now. And we do see the power down there, as it appears as though Cyberstorm is dealing with some low power issues. Actually packed up his MCV, and he's moving it further away. It looks like, oh, okay, he's trying to escape this infantry army here coming out from AggressivePanda. That's probably a smart move here, as he desperately needs to get down some base defenses, maybe buy himself a few more seconds here to survive. And will he be able to survive? Meanwhile, what's going on down in the south? The bike buggy is going to be rolling down into the expansion of AggressivePanda. Does he have anything down here to save this? He's got a decent number of rocket squads to be able to hold the line there. And AggressivePanda, he's putting the pressure onto Cyberstorm's MCV. That's a lot of damage coming out from AggressivePanda. Is it going to be enough? Shredder turret comes down from Cyberstorm. That MCV is ticking away. And what is going on here? Smoke and Tiberium, Cyberstorm, the nickname, as we do see 3 flame tanks rolling up from Cyberstorm, going to be doing huge damage, manages to take out all of the infantry of AggressivePanda, and that was massive. All 4 of those flame tanks going to be claiming massive kills on that infantry force from AggressivePanda, and that's definitely going to be paying dividends for him. And now we see AggressivePanda, he's just chilling out with a couple of rocket squads joined by a Confessor Cabal squad, likely from the sold off Hand of Nod, just going to be holding things off against the bike buggy that looks like they came in and it pretty much died off here. As what else do we have going on around the map? Just some random bits and bobs here and there. Flame tanks rolling through the middle of the map, going to be dealing with some bikes coming out from AggressivePanda. AggressivePanda definitely getting a nice catch here. He takes down one straight away, a second one going to be going down as well. Takes a little bit of damage onto those bikes, but it's not too much to be worried about. 3 flame tanks coming out from Cyberstorm, going to be rolling through. A 4th flame tank actually here as well, so massive flame tank transition here coming out from Cyberstorm. He's gone mass flame tanks, and we did see this in a recent tournament here, so if you guys get a chance, be sure to check out the tournament cast on my channel. It was definitely worthwhile. There's a crazy beam cannon and flame tank game. Won't spoil that one, but all the same, flame tank's going to be rolling down here for Cyberstorm, and he's actually being joined by a couple of bikes here as well. Going to be trying to protect those. What else do we have going on in his base at the same time here? Double refinery down on his expansion. He has a Hand of Nod here just to protect against any bike harassment. And no tier 3 just yet. More than likely that is what is being built at the moment. No, it doesn't appear as though that's the case. Looks like the flame tanks have been caught out here by the bike buggy from AggressivePanda. Great kiting here coming out from AggressivePanda, managing to kill off the majority of those flame tanks. And not a whole lot being done with these flame tanks, to be honest. Forcing the bike buggy to actually engage, maybe a little bit overextended with the bikes out in front. The buggies are not really being able to tank the way that they want to be. And AggressivePanda is going to pay for that with a couple of bikes. Probably unwillingly, as we do see more and more bikes being traded away between Cyberstorm and AggressivePanda. What else do we have going on the other side of the map? We have just a Confessor Cabal squad which has made its way around the map here for AggressivePanda, just trying to get some scouting information. But now AggressivePanda is rolling into the expansion of Cyberstorm. He's going to be able to get some damage onto these harvesters. Will he get one harvester? Shredder turrets being dropped and sold off. One harvester will go down. Will a second harvester go down? It doesn't appear as though they're going to continue to chase here, as we do have rocket squads as well as some supporting bikes here coming out from Cyberstorm. It looks like he has managed to hold the line, but he has lost a harvester. He's taken out a decent amount of bike buggy coming out from AggressivePanda, but I don't know that it's going to be enough, as we do see a few bike buggies still here for AggressivePanda, as we do have rocket squads pushing forward once again. Cyberstorm, he needs to get some base defenses out. He needs to get them out now. He does have a Black Hand squad which could come forward and kill off the majority of this infantry if it's able to get into range, but he does need to be careful, as the Black Disciples should be able to do quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, up in the north, we do just have scouts facing off against one another. Not a whole lot going on up there. Shredder turret coming down from Cyberstorm, going to be looking to hold the line against this infantry. Should be able to take out all these guys, and actually a harvester being pulled off the line as well, just to kill off the remainder of those Black Disciples. Very good move there. Actually almost loses that harvester. Very, very close to going down, as it does take another shot from that rocket squad. That will all be cleaned up here, and it looks like Cyberstorm has managed to hold off the onslaught that came from AggressivePanda. And meanwhile, Cyberstorm, he does have his bikes just chilling out just to the north of his expansion, and he will be just hanging out there for the time being. Meanwhile, AggressivePanda, he's expanded to the middle, and he said, YOLO, bro, going full 4 racks, infantry spam, and probably just a QA move, to be honest. I mean, Black Hand infantry just so good, and even against Black Hand, they're still very good. So 2 of those racks are sold off, so it looks like AggressivePanda is maybe not necessarily overcommitting to this. Going to be looking to get an expansion up and running on this field, but he has got out a lot of rocket squads, and that will be pretty devastating if Cyberstorm does roll up into that. Meanwhile, AggressivePanda, he does have bike buggy up in the north. It looks like it has fought a little bit against this bike buggy here from Cyberstorm. It's at least been spotted. And it looks like AggressivePanda is going to send one bike in just to get some scouting information. He's going to see the bikes here from Cyberstorm and maybe realize that he doesn't necessarily want to come into that. But meanwhile, we have the infantry, or rather the infantry swarm coming forward for AggressivePanda. Going to be looking to come forward and do a lot of damage, as we do not have any base defenses prepped up here for Cyberstorm. Tier 2 is taking a lot of damage from the bikes on the back lines. Tier 2 is going to be going down straight away, so that's going to be no additional flame units coming out from Cyberstorm. No dozer blades either, but he would likely not be going for that anyways. The infantry is coming forward, is doing a lot of damage. Meanwhile, what do we have going on down in the south? We have flame tanks all the way out and around on the other side of the map for Cyberstorm. He could roll through this base and go for a base trade situation here, as he's pushing through that base. Just a couple of bikes there from AggressivePanda to hold the line. Cyberstorm is getting ravaged in his base, as we do see the infantry swarm here from AggressivePanda continuing to push forward, doing lots of damage, focusing down these shredder turrets. Then they will more than likely turn the turrets on those refineries. It doesn't appear as though they're too interested in the refineries. Going to be turning the turrets and heading south. And we do see the flame tanks just cleaning up the remainder of these units. Actually going to be focusing down harvesters. Definitely not a good use of those flame tanks. They need to be headed north. Gonna be trying to clean up the remainder of these units. It looks like Aggressive Panda actually sent his bikes back to try to kill off these flame tanks, and it's going to be coming down close. There's just a couple of power plants. Aggressive Panda, what does he have left? He's sending his MCV forward as he doesn't have any way of defending against these flame tanks. Harvester's just trying to block out the refinery here. At least that's what it appears as though they're trying to do. I don't think that's going to work. Heroic flame tank coming out from Cyberstorm. Meanwhile, Aggressive Panda is continuing to pressure on the left-hand side. He's continuing to push through this base. There's no possibility of anti-infantry base defenses coming out from Cyberstorm. He does not have an MCV, so the only means of base defense that he has is going to be Raider Buggies, as he does not have the ability to get out any infantry either. And the Harvester's being called forward to try to kill off these rocket squads. MCV rolling forward here for Aggressive Panda, going to be able to deploy on the front lines. Meanwhile, does he have anything left in his base? Nothing left in his base. Aggressive Panda, the only building that he has left is his MCV. He's dropping power plants in the base of Cyberstorm, going to be trying to keep himself alive. Drops a hand of Nod on the front lines. Cyberstorm going to be selling up the majority of his base. He does still have a war factory, so he's not out of this game just yet. And he does have a power plant as well. Flame Tank's going to be rolling in here. They're going to be getting into the range of the MCV. The MCV is packed up. It's going to be taking huge amounts of damage. The infantry actually turning around and going to be firing on the Flame Tanks. Flame Tanks will be going down more than likely very quickly, as they do not have the damage output to actually kill off these remaining structures. And this could be it. Will it be enough? Those Flame Tanks taking out huge amounts of infantry. That is massive. It is a heroic Flame Tank. Is it going to be going down? One more shot from that rocket squad will take it down, and that is likely going to be it. Cyberstorm, what does he have left? He's only got Raider Buggies left. Does he have enough to produce to actually hold off this infantry onslaught here from Aggressive Panda? But Aggressive Panda, he's still got his MCV. Where is it? Did he lose his MCV? He sold his MCV. He sold his MCV so he could produce off of this Hand of Nod. Meanwhile, Cyberstorm, he's still got 2 refineries left at this point in time, so he can still crank out tons of units, and this is devastating. What does Aggressive Panda have left? Cyberstorm forced to sell off his war factory, and Cyberstorm has been defeated. Aggressive Panda coming through with an absolutely stunning victory. That was an intense game. I was skeptical coming into this one because I was given a little bit of a spoiler headed into it that it was coming down to a base trade, but wow, did that one deliver. Definitely not top-notch gameplay by either side. Mistakes were made, but Aggressive Panda, that was a smart move to bring his MCV along with his push. Otherwise, he would have been toast to the smoke and Tiberium of Cyberstorm. So great game from both of these players, definitely action-packed. There was not a moment of downtime in that entire game. 12 minutes and 26 seconds, but felt much longer than that. But good game to both of these guys. And let's just take a quick look at the resources tab. Yeah, Aggressive Panda, he was able to really get his economy up and rolling. He was able to shut down that early bike harassment from Cyberstorm. And Cyberstorm just really didn't have the ability to harass. He went for mass flame tanks. I don't know if it was just a troll strategy or just, just trying to have some fun, but that was not able to work, as we did see them getting kited pretty hard by the bikes from Aggressive Panda. So good game from both of these guys. Great move there from Cyberstorm to send those flame tanks down and around the backside of Aggressive Panda's base and just completely blindside them there and wipe out that whole base. But nice move there from Aggressive Panda to bring that MCV along once again. But anyways, that was a great game. If you guys enjoyed the game, be sure to click on the link in the description that brings you over to the replay. Download the replay and wub it. It gives a great amount of feedback to the players and it encourages them to upload more and more replays. So be sure to head over there and check that out. Aside from that, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all next time.